ESPN Bracket Busters comes to Coastal Carolina. Good Sunday. This is the Cliff Ellis Show. I'm Rich Krampanis. We welcome in the Chanticleer's head man and coach. A non-conference game for the final regular season home game in a hot shooting team in Tennessee Tech.
Well, Tennessee Tech's a good basketball team. They bring in one of the leading scorers in the country, and he's going to show that. We did a great job defensively the first 12 minutes of this game, but after that, Tennessee Tech caught on, and it was Katie bar the door after that. But can't say enough about our defense early, but I can sure say a lot about it the last 28 minutes of this game.
Let's check out the highlights between Tennessee Tech and Coastal Carolina from Saturday. Coach, we're going to talk a lot about Senior Day coming up a little bit later in the show, so we'll jump right into the action. And what a start for your team, starting with Sam McLaurin.
Well, Sam did a good job. Our inside game was really on and start with in this game, but we struggled, had too many turnovers, but Sam did a good job. Pack did a good job.
Chris Grandigo hits the three here, then a Kier Greenwood drive makes it 8-1, Coach.
Well, we start off well. Again, we jump out to a double-digit lead, but the game's 40 minutes.
And now you go to the bench, an offensive rebound. One of the seniors, Dexter Moore, hitting the three here. It's 15-5, and then Dex one more time makes it a 12-point lead.
Well, we've got a double-digit lead, and we need to keep it there. Now's when you put your foot down. We didn't do that.
This is a sequence here where Sam McLaurin showed his dominance, couple of baskets here.
Well, he did a good job. Again, inside, I thought our guys did a great job.
Coach, the first 13, 14 minutes of this game was entirely in your favor.
Well, and that's about it, because the rest of it went to Tennessee Tech.
Here's Grandigo with the slam to make it 23-8, and then Anthony RAFFA flying into the scorer's table here, Coach, shows his hustle.
Well, he does. He's an aggressive guy, and he hustles, and he does that for us.
Coach, you knew what Tennessee Tech brought to the table. Kevin Murphy, a guy who scored 50 points a few weeks back, and he started getting going.
Well, when he starts finding that rhythm, you got problems, because he can make things happen.
Coach, those last 6 minutes, boy, it was all Tennessee Tech, and then Zach Swansea hits the three here. It's 26-26 at the half.
Well, you just can't give that much room with regards to it. I thought that we just gave too many easy three-point shots, in this game, and that one we were too far off.
Second half now, first 4 minutes, you kind of go back and forth. Sam McLaurin inside to JON PACK right here.
Well, again, the tandem inside was strong.
Chris Grandigo hits this three, but when it came to three-pointers, Tennessee Tech was on fire. Kevin Murphy scored 2 threes in bang-bang fashion.
Well, again, these guys can play. When you give them momentum, you have to watch out.
So, Coach, 4 minutes in, you're down 7 all of a sudden, and the whole mindset changes. You're really in catch-up mode now.
Well, momentum has turned. It turned the last few minutes of the first half, and when they came out of the locker room in the second half, it wasn't there.
Swansea hits a three here. Coach, you're down 13. Tennessee Tech hit 10 three-pointers, 10-18.
Well, they came on strong in the second half, and, they were feeling it, and you got to guard it. You got to guard it.
To your credit, the Chanticleers certainly did not give up. They made a couple of runs to try and get close. You see Sam McLaurin once again. And, Coach, you did praise your big men. They were clearly your most positive output.
Well, with exception of a few rebounds, you can't ask much more than what your bigs did. I mean, JON PACK, my gosh, 9 rebounds, 15 points. Sam McLaurin, 12 points. That's pretty strong. I thought that our perimeter and our bench, they weren't with us today.
Here is one bright spot off the bench. Warren Gillis goes coast to coast. You're within 10.
He's the one guy that really gave us a spark off the bench.
Coach, you had the crowd going. The surge was there. Here's Anthony RAFFA following his own miss. It's 59-51. You're down 8 with 8 to go.
Well, we've got it back where we were within striking distance. Now we just got to have some stops.
But you didn't get those stops, and the guy who really did the damage was Judd Dillard. He hit 3 consecutive buckets, 7 points by him, and he got that lead back up again.
Well, he made shots, and he's not known as an offensive player, but he sure made some big shots against us.
You had one more run in you, one more push. Sam McLaurin gets it to 68-60, and then here's a great steal by JON PACK and a lay-in.
Well, that's a nice play. Again, we're applauding the play of PACK and Sam.
And we'll take another look at that with our Hooters. Did you see that as JON PACK shows the athleticism with the steal and the lay-in? And then here's JON PACK one more time, Coach. It's 70-64. You're down 6 with under 2 to go.
Well, we've got a chance, but we've got to make sure that this team, that we try to get some turnovers and that they miss foul shots.
Coach, from an X's and O's standpoint, the last minute and 15 seconds, you did a great job of extending the game as long as you could. Tennessee Tech was missing free throws. RAFFA hits a three here at 75-71. You needed kind of one more to swing it.
Well, we're close. We're close. And we got to have things go our way, and we're trying.
But in the end, Tennessee Tech able to hold on and get the win. 77-71 is your final. Chanticleer is now dropped to 18-9 on the season.
Well, you give credit to Tennessee Tech. They came in here, fell down, went a double-digit lead, came back, took a lead. Our guys tried to come back, but they're a good basketball team. They're a team that was picked to win the Ohio Valley, which Murray State is now leading, and they're a top-notch team.
And after the game, we talked to Coastal's two big men about a tough loss.
In my honest opinion, we should have beat them. So, I don't know. It's just a tough game. We kind of gave it to them in the end of the first half, gave them a little momentum. So let them think they're in the game. And they came out and played good second half.
Anytime you get a loss, it's definitely not a good feeling. But our time here in Kimball has been a great one. We've had a lot of big games in here, a lot of great memories in here. So, it definitely hurts going out on a loss, but, I remember for the good things that we had.
RACC peak performer from the Tennessee Tech game, JON PACK, his final game at Kimball Arena, 15 points, 9 rebounds.
Well, I thought he played a good game. Again, he and Sam gave us as much as they could inside, and, John was certainly battling to the end.
Time for us to take a break. When we come back, we'll head back to Kimball Arena for Senior Day festivities. You're watching the Cliff Ellis Show, presented by HTC and GRIFFIN Industries.
The Cliff Ellis Show is brought to you by HTC. This is life. Connect with it.
Coastal Carolina University Chanticleers need to concentrate on playing their best, not worrying about what to do if an injury occurs. At Strand Orthopedic Consultants and Coastal Orthopedic Associates, we offer all our patients comprehensive orthopedic care from our team of renowned specialists. So no matter what your game, you can stay on top of it. Strand Orthopedic Consultants and Coastal Orthopedic Associates, proud to be the team physicians of the Coastal Carolina University Chanticleers and sponsors of the Coach Cliff Ellis Show.
Hello, I'm Tommy Britton. Along with my children, Case, Preston, and Mary Madison, I practice law here in Myrtle Beach. We're now known as the Britton Law Firm. And Coach Ellis and Coach LaForce, we have fine men that are leading our students at Coastal to great achievements. It's been a pleasure over the years to sponsor this program. The Britton Law Firm, all claims, trials in all courts.
The Cliff Ellis Show is brought to you by Crescent Bank. The great folks at Crescent Bank are big supporters of Coastal Carolina basketball and Chanticleer athletics. Visit one of Crescent Bank's 4 Grand Strand locations in Conway, Myrtle Beach, North Myrtle Beach, and Garden City. Crescent Bank. Have a nice bank.
Welcome back to the Cliff Ellis Show, presented by HTC and GRIFFIN Industries. Coastal now on the road the rest of the way, unless the Big South Championship happens to fall back here, Coach, but a chance for you to honor your seniors on Saturday.
Well, it is Senior Days, and these are special people, and we're very proud of them. They've given a lot to this team and to this university, and we're very proud of them.
Mark Haggard spends some time with the Coastal family as they say goodbye to a Chanticleer career.
5 senior players and the Chants team manager were honored prior to CCU's contest against Tennessee Tech. We begin with the manager, J.T. Clay, who majored in recreation and sports management. He was accompanied by his parents, J.T. Clay Sr. and Linda Lewis Clay. Now to the players. Chris Grandigo has played just 1 season for CCU after sitting out a year, transferring from Louisiana Lafayette. The 6'7" forward has been a star for head coach Cliff Ellis, averaging more than 15 points a game. And now Christopher Joseph Grandigo walking with his family, Marie Potter, his mother, and godfather Rick Labato, as Chris played his final regular season home game at Kimball Arena on Senior Day at Coastal Carolina.
What I remember is the chance and the opportunity he was given to come and play at this wonderful university, and that unfortunately I was in Louisiana and couldn't be here personally to witness every game, but I've come and I'm here and I'm enjoying the atmosphere, I'm enjoying the team, I'm enjoying the city.
You know, a lot of times first year guys, it's a tough transition, the very first year. But they did a great job with him, and it's been a whole lot of fun.
6'2" guard Jordan Griffin out of Edgewood, Kentucky, played 3 seasons at CCU. Griffin was solid off the bench for the Chanticleers. One of his finest games at Coastal came when he scored 8 points in an upset victory over LSU. Griffin hit every shot he took against the Bengal Tigers. The communication major walked to center court for a final time with his parents Bob and Carol Griffin, who say they're extremely proud of their son, Jordan Scott Griffin.
He was very fortunate to get the opportunity to walk on his sophomore year. Over the last couple of years, he's seen some playing minutes this year. I think he's been in like 22 to 23 games, so real happy about that. He's worked really hard. I'd like to thank all the staff for giving him the opportunity to be here and enjoy this day today.
What will you remember the most about Jordan's career?
Oh, probably this year with the LSU game. I think we were down 10 or 12 points in the first half, and Jordan come in, hit a couple threes and a 2, and really kind of sparked the team. And I think his efforts helped him win that game.
Just coming down here and seeing him work hard for something and to achieve his goals. And just to meet all the nice, the family. It's a basketball family down here. All the people I've met over the past 3 years has been wonderful.
Although he played at the guard position for just 2 seasons at CCU, Willie KIRKLAND made an impact both during games and at practice. KIRKLAND sat out most of his senior season with a fractured ankle. He scored 5 points in just 16 minutes of action in a game against the Georgetown Hoyas. He was accompanied on senior day by his father, Willie KIRKLAND, who says this is a proud day for him.
I just want to say that I'm proud of my son, Willie, for having, chose Coastal Carolina. He's been very good here for his educational wise, and I think that he's going to do very well.
6'1" guard Dexter Moore out of Bluefield, West Virginia, came to Coastal from Hargrave Military. Moore will be remembered as a 3-point marksman. In the 2008-2009 season, Dex hit 9 threes on the way to a 29-point performance against the Liberty Flames. His senior season, he has provided lots of spark off the bench to cap off a solid career. This recreation and sports management major walked proudly to center court with his parents, Gary Dexter and Kimberly Moore. They say they'll remember Dexter's career from the very beginning on the Conway campus.
Always remember the first shot that he made and the expression on his face afterwards in amazement that he actually made his first college shot and it went in. And beyond that, I think over the course of the 4 years, he's really developed a stronger character.
Having a 3.0 grade point average means more to us than anything else, and he's graduating. We've noticed that a lot of athletes do not graduate, but we're just proud of the fact that he's actually graduating.
The tallest member of the Chanticleers, 6'11" JON PACK out of Dallas, Georgia, has improved each year and is now a key member in the post as the Chanticleers starting center. In 4 seasons at Coastal, John David Pack has given his team an inside presence. Majoring in exercise science, John has capped off an impressive career as a student athlete at CCU. Here's what his parents, David and Patty Pack, had to say about their son on senior day at Coastal Carolina.
Coach Ellis has done a fantastic job. He's really taken great care of my son, and I want to thank him very much for what he's done. And he's really grown in the 5 years he's been here. And it's bittersweet today, and it's going to be all over after today. So we're very appreciative of Coach Ellis and the whole staff.
Where did he get his size? It certainly wasn't from you.
Oh no, I'm only 6'4". On the wife's side of the family, she has 2 brothers that have all the height. So he got a little bit from me, and then the rest came from Mom's side.
All I know is this has been a great place for him. He loves it. They've been great. It's a wonderful family. And it seems like this year he's played injured and played better than he ever has. It's come together, and we are really thrilled that he picked Coastal. It's been a great school for him. Coach Ellis has been a great coach.
Time for us to step away. When we come back, we'll look back on Tuesday night's big win over UNC-Asheville. That's when the Cliff Ellis Show continues right after this.
The Cliff Ellis Show is brought to you by Creek Rats, A&I Fire and Water Restoration, and Britton Law Firm.
When it comes to fire, water, and mold damage, there is only one company to call, A&I Fire and Water Restoration. A&I has been in business for nearly 4 decades and continues to win national awards for their cutting-edge technology in the field, craftsmanship, and excellent customer service. In 2010, A&I took home another Chrysalis Award and are also recipients of the Big 50 Award for Remodeling Magazine. A&I is the Grand Strand's oldest, largest, and most trusted fire and water restoration company. So when disaster strikes, you know who to call. The name to trust, A&I Fire and Water Restoration.
My HTC high-speed internet is not only crucial to my day-to-day work, but it also offers a constant connection to the world around me. News, weather, staying in touch with friends, and still catching all the things I can't get on TV. HTC delivers the fastest and most reliable connection to the things that mean the most.
Get HTC high-speed residential internet for as low as $14.95 a month with a variety of speeds available.
HTC. This is life. Connect with it.
Locals love Creek Rats for dinner. They rave about the seafood dinner special, baskets, po' boys, wraps, and burgers. But when you experience those incredible waterfront views, you get that relaxed Creek Rats attitude on the Marsh Walk in Merle's Inlet and on Celebration Lake in Florence.
Well, Coach, a great atmosphere for a big showdown.
Well, you know what? You got to give a lot of credit to our basketball team. 5th game in 10 days, and you know, they're tired, they're banged up. But they took on the best team in the league, and man, the start that we had was tremendous. We had to hold on, but the start was tremendous.
And that start was fantastic. Chris Grandigo from 3, then John Pack with the putback.
He did a good job. I thought our bigs did a good job early.
Early on, 10-4 Coastal after this. Kier Greenwood 3. I know you were happy to see him back in the lineup.
Well, it was good to have him back, and you know, we've got our team back now. We've got to go down the stretch.
And it was just a marvelous start for the Chanticleers. Here's RAFFA with the inside pass to John Pack, and then Anthony RAFFA from 3 makes it 15-4.
Well, we got off to a great start. They're not going to go away, but we did a good job the entire first half of holding them at bay.
After Chris Grandigo's 3 made it 18-6, you go inside now to Sam McLaurin for 2. Coach Matt Dickey started to get UNC-Asheville back in the basketball game.
He sure did. He's Dickey and Prim, they're as good a backcourt as there is in our league, and you've got to stop them. Everything goes through those guys.
And the bench is getting more and more relevant here in the late part of the season. BC Addy puts you up 11.
Well, he did a good job. I can't say enough about the play that we've gotten out of him down this stretch.
Sam McLaurin on the inside with the slam. He was playing banged up, Coach.
Well, he did. We got a lot of guys banged up. All these games and bumps, bruises, so you just got to play through it.
Chris Grandigo's 3 here puts you up 14 points, 31-17 with 3:39 to go in the first.
Well, we need to finish this half. We've got Kier with foul trouble. We've got to finish the half.
And how about Danny Neiman? He's playing banged up. The little alley-oop to Chris Grandigo.
That was a nice pass.
Slams it down with authority, and then, Coach, this is John Pack. It doesn't look like John Pack. It looks like John Stockton here. He scoops it up.
Well, that was nice.
And at the half, Coach, you have a 35-20 lead, but I give a lot of credit to UNC-Asheville. They responded. They weren't acting as if, hey, this was a throwaway game for them, and they came out strong in the second half.
Well, we told our team the first 5 minutes of the second half are key. They're a championship team. They're not going away. And bang, bang, they come up with 2 quick scores. We had a turnover, and all of a sudden their confidence is soaring.
Here's Chris Grandigo with the alley-oop. That ends an 8-0 run, kind of settles things down a little bit.
Well, we had to. We got off to a rough start initially with the first few possessions. Now we got the game back where we need it. But again, there's going to be another run by this UNC-Asheville team.
Kier Greenwood hits the 3 here to make it a 40-30 game, and here's that run again, Coach. Boy, Matt Dickey is a tough customer. It's a 4-point game.
He really is. He makes plays. He can make things happen.
And now there's going to be a lot of back-and-forth play from here on out in the second half. John Pack with the hoop and the foul. Jerron Lane had a big second half for UNC.
He sure did. This guy can play. He can knock down threes. He can take you to the hole. When he comes off the bench, it's like they get stronger as opposed to weaker.
But then BC Addy to the rescue. We hadn't seen a lot from him this year, but now when it counts the most, you go deep into your bench. Here's BC with the hoop and the foul.
Well, it was a momentum play.
And how about this one? You want to talk about momentum. BC steals it, slams it down. The joint is jumping. It's 47-39 Coastal.
Well, you know, it's still close, but that's got the crowd rocking and rolling.
And then Anthony RAFFA was quiet for a good chunk of this game. He gets going, hits the 3-pointer right here.
Well, that was big. That was a huge shot. He had a couple of big threes.
He sure did, Coach. And, you know, the back and forth play was fantastic. You could tell these are two good basketball teams. You know, right after RAFFA hits this, here comes Matt Dickey in a blink of an eye, and he gets 3 back.
Yes, and that's the way this game's going to go till the finish.
J.P. Prim, 56-53. Coach, it's tight now.
Well, you got to make every possession count, Rich.
And when you have those big possessions, you give the ball to number 55, and I can't tell you, Kier Green was just smooth as silk.
Well, he did a good job of penetrating and making plays or finding people.
And then here's Kier one more time with a clutch drive. It's still a tight game. Coach, I thought this was a huge play. This little pickpocket here by Anthony RAFFA stealing that ball from Dickey.
That was a huge defensive play.
And up on the other end, you work it around. RAFFA hits a 3. It's 65-56 with 3:21 to go.
Well, that was a big 3.
And, Coach, UNC-Asheville wouldn't go away. Atkinson here gets it to within 67-62. And then this is the play that really defines the game. RAFFA just, that's a Valentine right there.
Clock ran out. That was a Valentine. He just hit a big shot, and, you know, that's what players will do sometimes, and that was big for us because the clock was running out. He put up one in desperation, and he hit it.
It deserves another look with our Hooters. Did you see that? And, Coach, doesn't matter how pretty it is. That's not good technique right there, but it was worth 3, a huge 3.
That was big. It was a big. It was the play of the game at that point.
And then it gets to be a foul game, and RAFFA hits those 2 key free throws to put the game away.
And foul shots you've got to make when they start fouling. Protect the ball. Good foul shot.
Chanticleers were 11 of 14 from the charity stripe. A big reason for a 74-69 win over number 1 UNC-Asheville.
Well, it was a big win for us. Finishes off 5 games in 10 days. We started the 5-game run with a win. We finished it with a win. Our guys are banged up. They're bruised, but at the same time, now we're through with that schedule.
And after the game, we caught up with Anthony RAFFA and company about breaking a 3-game losing streak.
Every person on this team can play college basketball, and, you know, it's showing now because towards the end of the season, you need bench players in the game in crucial times. And, for example, BZ and Charles stepped up tonight. You know, and it's also great that we had Kier and Danny back because we need them to get our chemistry back and ready for the conference tournament.
It's been tough, but I just try to stay positive about everything. A couple of injuries and stuff, but just kept saying, "Oh, I'm gonna be all right." Just being positive.
He just got an opportunity to take advantage of it. I'm proud of him. I'm glad he wasn't nervous or afraid. I think in practice we go at him every day, so he shouldn't be. You know, he should be ready for this type of moment. He's helping the bigs get a breather and helping me to be able to play more in my position and my role. So.
RHCC peak performer from the UNC-Asheville game, Chris Grandigo, the senior from Louisiana, with 15 points, and Coach, 13 rebounds.
That's why we're going to give it to him. Nobody on our team is even close with regards to the rebounds. He gets 13 rebounds. Those were monster possessions for us.
Time for one more break. When we come back, it's time for Chants Corner. The coach goes one-on-one with big man Sam McLaurin. That's when we return. Grand Strand Hooters presents A Look Back, highlighting some of the great moments from the Cliff Ellis era at Coastal Carolina. We go back to February 12, 2011 in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Anthony RAFFA pours in 23, and Coastal wins its 21st consecutive game, a school record with a 61-56 win over Winthrop. The Chanticleers would go on to total 28 wins for the 2nd consecutive year. Hooters, with 2 locations in Myrtle Beach, is a proud sponsor of the Cliff Ellis Show.
The Cliff Ellis Show is brought to you by Coastal Orthopedic, Strand Orthopedic, Crescent Bank, Have a Nice Bank, and Chanticleer Holdings.
Come get that relaxed Creek Rats attitude on the Marsh Walk in Merle's Inlet and overlooking Celebration Lake on South Cashua in Florence.
HTC Home Security offers me the comfort of knowing I'm safe at night. I count on the monitoring services to safeguard my family and my belongings. HTC offers the peace of mind and protection I need for the things that matter the most.
Bundle your HTC home phone with your existing security equipment for one low price. Switch to HTC Security Monitoring and start saving today.
HTC. This is life. Connect with it.
I'm here with the big 6'10" Sam McLaurin from Havana, Florida, neighboring city of Chipley, Florida. One of my favorite all-time players that I've ever worked with. I swear to goodness you could be a lawyer one day, Sam, and I know you've got a great future ahead of you. But I want to ask you a few questions. Who were your biggest influences coming up?
My biggest influence growing up had to be Michael Jordan. Everybody wanted to be like Michael Jordan. I mean, it seemed like at one point in my life I felt like this guy couldn't miss. So, and I loved basketball growing up, so Michael Jordan's definitely a big influence on me.
He was a big influence on a lot of people. What do you like the most about Coastal Carolina?
I just like the area and how like relaxed and like slow it is. It's not as fast as other big cities, but it still has a great population here. And I mean, it's pretty much like home, a lot like home back in Florida.
What's your favorite memory as a Chanticleer?
Favorite memory as a Chanticleer? Had to be when we played against Charlotte last year. Charlotte, that was a good memory. We went to double overtime, I think it was, and we came out with the win early on in the season, and it helped elevate our team to another level.
That was a big win, huge win, and you were a major part of that. Tell people what they might be surprised to know about Sam McLaurin.
Some people may not know, that really don't know me. They may not know that I have a 3.5 GPA, and I'm about to get ready to graduate, and I'm aspiring to be a lawyer.
I like that. And, Sam is an A student, AB student, who's really done well in the classroom, who's going to play basketball, I think, for a while after Coastal, and then work on that law degree and go represent a lot of fine people. But he gives back, and what a wonderful, wonderful young man to have coached. We're glad to have him. We're going to miss him when his time to come goes, but what a great season we're having with Sam McLaurin.
Time now for our HCC Scouting Report. Coach, hitting the road for that Virginia swing. Always tough going to Liberty and VMI Thursday, Saturday, and the regular season will be done.
Well, both teams are very tough to beat at their place, and I don't know if there's anybody playing any better than Liberty right now. They started off very slow in the league, but they have been on a tear as of late. And VMI, and we're facing senior days. It's going to be a road battle. At the same point in time, I think it gives us a chance, one last chance, to get tested on the road, because we've got to go to Asheville and win. So these two games will be important from a momentum standpoint, getting ourselves together and making something happen.
Chanticleers will look to try and get the #2 seed in the Big South tournament. Coach, best of luck, and we'll see you next week in Virginia.
Thanks, Rich.
For Coach Cliff Ellis, I'm Rich Krampanis. Thanks so much for watching. We'll be in Lexington, Virginia next week for the regular season finale of the Cliff Ellis Show.
The Cliff Ellis Show is brought to you by Bonnie Plants. Our roots run deep.
Hello, I'm Cliff Ellis, and these are peat pots from Bonnie Plants. Bonnie Plants is where I like to go. When you get ready to garden this spring, you need to buy Bonnie Plants. They're the only ones in these 100% biodegradable peat pots. They encourage healthy root development, and they're so easy to plant. Just tear off the bottom half of the pot and the recyclable label, and they're ready to go in the ground. I want to thank Bonnie Plants for being a supporter of the Cliff Ellis Basketball Show. The Cliff Ellis Show is brought to you by GRIFFIN Industries. Since 1943, GRIFFIN Industries has been partnering with restaurants to provide spent grease removal. GRIFFIN's family-owned recycling expertise covers 18 states, including the Carolinas. Call GRIFFIN Industries today to see how your restaurant can receive best in-class service coupled with the most attractive rebate programs in the industry. Call 800-743-7413 or visit www.griffinInd.com.